This article is from USA Today. It's from September 15th, 2022, and the tone is a little odd. I mean, it seems like for a second, maybe they're taking the side of Johnny, but then again, they kind of throw in some nuances and some caveats that, like, well, he kind of got away with it, which makes the assumption he did something which he didn't. Well, he did some paintings, made some movies, things like that. But as far as actually anything illegal, abusive, or anything like that, well, no, he didn't. Anyway, it's called Shia LaBeouf, Johnny Depp, and Armie Hammer, Who Deserves a Chance at Redemption? Question mark. Obviously, I'll be focusing on the things about Johnny in this one. Maybe I'll mention the other two, but let's see what they got. What does it take to get a redemption arc? Is it a sincere, heartfelt apology? An in-depth TV interview? Well, no. How about going to court and proving you're innocent? That would do it. Let's see if they mention that. Depending on the accusation, celebrities use various approaches to repair their image in order to creep back into and reclaim the spotlight. Shia LaBeouf sued for repeated abuse and assault claims against ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs, says he found his way after becoming a first-time father and converting to Christianity. Well, they say Catholicism. I think it's the same thing. Okay, I know somewhat about him, but honestly, I'm not very concerned. I'm concerned about the legal things. He's in a very different boat than Johnny, so I don't think we need to go further with that. But the point is they're mentioning him in this article with Johnny. According to Vanity Fair and Insider, Armie Hammer, the former golden boy of cinema, checked into a treatment facility after allegations of cannibalism, R-word, and abuse emerged. Like I said, don't know too much about Armie, but a very different boat than Johnny, so there's a huge difference. Then they mention Johnny. And Johnny Depp is working to restore his acting career after years-long legal battles with ex-wife Amber Heard, as unsealed documents contained more allegations against him, including claims that Depp's injury photos were manipulated. Well, the reason is Amber's team and Amber take the tactics Johnny's using that are actually legitimate and try to use them against him. So Johnny's team rightfully said that Amber faked photos. People have known it for years. So obviously her team's going to say, well, he manipulated photos too. But guess what? The abuse isn't the main part of the case. The whole case was about, as Amber's team kept pointing out, defamation. And that's what happened. And it continues. Sometimes these efforts fall flat. For instance, Woody Allen. But when done correctly, redemption tours can revive a once fallen star. Knowing the controversy surrounding LaBeouf, his reemergence into the movie world seems calculated and in poor taste to some. And Depp, formerly withdrawn into pariah status, is now directing a movie with Al Pacino, and that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I mean, really sounds like the best thing I've heard Johnny's going to do since this whole thing started, and since we've been dying to get new content from him. I just got to say, once again, that's going to be fantastic. And then they mention the UK case. They say Johnny won in the US. However, a British judge said that Depp had physically abused his then wife on at least 12 occasions, which, if was true, she would prove in Virginia. It's really odd that this one guy believed the 12 occasions were true, but none of those could scratch the surface in front of a jury and a live feed to tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people. But I guess this one guy happens to know everything about what happened behind closed doors. But wait, we've got recordings about what happened behind closed doors. So it seems like, just to me, just my silly, tiny opinion, some Monopoly playing and hot chocolate drinking went on in the UK. But like I said, playing Monopoly's an innocent thing. In a cancel culture that emphasizes ostracism, these comebacks should not be possible. Yet people keep forgiving problematic men, despite experts arguing there are few celebrities who have earned and deserved their second chance. So it's like they're just cool with cancel culture. Like, wait a minute, how could cancel culture let this happen? There's cancel culture. That should hold these guys back. Well, cancel culture cancels people a lot of the time who don't deserve to be canceled, like Johnny Depp at the time. And it just feels to me like they're throwing these people out there with Johnny to make Johnny look worse. It doesn't seem like he fits here. And continuing on, they mention this person here who's a no-name but apparently an expert in gender and sexual politics, Shira Tarrant, who says that we shouldn't forgive convicted abusers. But the point is, going to Virginia was the way to prove innocence. It was the way to say, hey, let's have a real trial now, not something behind closed doors 10,000 miles away. So it's kind of like this. You've got to choose. What do you believe? The UK or Virginia? And I'd say it's no contest. Virginia was live to the public, a jury, and a judge. It was just a much better, precise environment. And she goes on to say that the victim should have the biggest voice in everything. Well, wait a minute. Johnny is the victim. And he's keeping pretty quiet, by the way. He doesn't need to say anything more. Saying you read that very well, Mr. Rottenborn, was all he needed to do. Just show a nice, honest character. They say something about how people don't buy fake stories about rehab and quick fixes. Okay, so what? Johnny didn't do that. Like I said, he went to court and proved innocence. They then go on to say that men are held to a lower standard than women. Basically, in general, I guess they're getting at not only about abuse, and hey, that might be true. Some people expect women to be ladylike and things like that. I get that. But that's got nothing to do with Johnny versus Amber specifically. They say people think women should be perfect. Alright, I mean, I'll meet them halfway. However, it's got nothing to do with Johnny. That's all I'm saying. Kind of a whole different topic. So I'd say if you want to talk about it, get Johnny's name out of the article. By the way, at this point, you might see the name McPherson here because they keep referencing this person McPherson, who was apparently another expert. They mention Bill Cosby and Harvey you-know-who, but that really has nothing to do with Johnny. And they say Marilyn Manson, Chris Brown, and Mel Gibson were also people who didn't take accountability. Alright, I've seen enough. I think the point here is they're smushing Johnny in this article probably to use his name to get more attention, more clicks, more views, things like that. Why isn't Bill Cosby there? Why isn't Chris Brown's picture there? Why isn't Harvey's picture there? Why is there a picture of Depp with a guitar? At least he's smiling. A lot of times they use those grumpy pictures like the cover of the article. But alright, at least he's smiling in that one. Anyway, bottom line, USA Today used Johnny in an article he doesn't really fit into. He doesn't belong in this one. This article is for people who might not be making a rightful comeback. Johnny made a rightful comeback. He proved it in court. It took 6 weeks. But of course, as we know, legacy media like USA Today gets it right not so often. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. And if you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Rant done for now. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.